So let's officially start. Hi, everybody. My name is Ben Cherniffsky. I am broadcasting live from my wedding photography studio here in Chicago, in the South Loop area. I run a wedding photography business. My brand, This Is Feeling Photography, shoots about 100 weddings a year. I have a staff of 3 other crazy talented wedding photographers who I absolutely love. And I started Gifyyy Photo Booth about 1.5 years ago. I kind of want to paint a picture for you. There's good chances that you're a small business owner. You work very, very hard at what you do. You have looked at photo booths in the past. You might have made your own kind of photo booth. You might have purchased a photo booth and you quickly discovered that they're a lot of work. They take a lot of time. Staffing them is difficult. They're too heavy. And you might have eventually just given up on it and said, I am sick of this. I don't want to add this burden to my creative process. If you're a creative wedding photographer or you're working in the creative field, maybe it was just getting in your creative workflow. If you're not working in the creative field, if you're a current photo booth business owner, maybe your photo booths are too complex. You have too many hardware issues. There's problems with them over and over. Or you see an opportunity for a brand new market and you're seeing the demand change, and you're really curious about new technology. Or maybe you've never had a photo booth and you're just totally broke and you're sick of your 9-to-5 job and you want to try something new. Awesome. I'm here for all of you. I kind of get what it's like to be in all those positions too, because I've been there. I slaved away at Starbucks for 6 years, and I got my paycheck twice a month, and I was like a super eager, passionate creative that was not doing anything with his life. So I get that. So I want to explain what Gifyyy is, and I want to help you people, all you viewers. That is my commitment to you, is helping you better understand what Gifyyy is. The most important thing to me is that the people that end up with Gifyyy use it and it's beneficial for them. That's what I'm interested in. So I'm looking for people that are excited about this idea and they want to incorporate it in their business. And then on top of that, I want to make it as simple as possible for those people. So what is Gifyyy? Okay. There's good chances you guys, every single one of you, have checked out the Kickstarter link. So you probably have a pretty foundational good idea about what Gifyyy is. I just thought of this. If you want to ask any questions, and if you have any input, I need you to send us an email. There is a chat box, but I recently discovered I can't see what you guys are typing. So you could be making fun of me and my haircut and my beard, and I wouldn't even know it. So I'm going to type something in this. Can you see this question mark? Okay. If you can, I'm going to put the email address to send questions. I'm going to give you my Gmail address because it's so much quicker than the Gifyyy email address. So it's gmail.com. Tim, you can see it because you're on with me. Okay, so it's gifyyphoto@gmail.com. Gifyyy photo@gmail.com. I'm going to share my screen real quick. Share. And I'm going to show you the Gifyyy email, gifyyphoto@gmail.com. Now, really important, 3 Ys, that's super important. So please send your questions. Send your questions to gifyyphoto@gmail.com. We want to know what kind of questions you have. We will be reading those and answering them as they come. So if you send one right now, I will answer it right now. I'll stop what I'm doing. I will answer it. That is important to me. Okay, we're gonna go back. Okay, here we go. Well, actually, we are going to go back to this. Go back to me. Okay, so I want to introduce Tim, just to let you guys know that he exists. He's here. I told you there was going to be a guest on this webinar, and we have this guy named Tim. He's really amazing. He also runs a business in New York. He comes from a photography background, but he's a businessman as well. And he bought a Gifyyy about 6 months ago. Tim, could you just quickly introduce yourself and just say hi and just let them know what you do in New York.
Yeah, hey, so I'm Tim, and myself, along with my partner Karen, who's watching, we have a company called I Heart New York here in New York City. I'm in Brooklyn in my room today with a teddy bear. And basically, we saw Gifyyy at WPPI. We got it, and it's just been wildly successful for us. We'll get into more specifics later. But you know, it's just been actually overwhelmingly successful for us. So I just wanted to share kind of our experience, our journey. It was not an easy decision. It was not a cheap decision. But it's turning out to be a very, 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 very good decision that we made. So more on that later, but I'll be here to talk about like how it's been working for us since March-ish, you know, going on towards later in the webinar.
Awesome. Thanks, Tim. Totally appreciate it. That was awesome. Okay, so we're going to dive in and talk about Gifyyy, because that's what this is all about. So as I was saying earlier, there's good chances that like every single one of you knows what Gifyyy is. It is an ultra portable, ultra simple photo booth solution. And the reason I call it a photo booth solution is because there's like no other word for photo booth. Like so many photo booths out there aren't even photo booths. They're not even booths. They do so many crazy things. You have like green screens and like open enclosures and all this stuff. So we call it a photo booth just for the sake of like, it fits within what a photo booth does. And what a photo booth does is it provides entertainment, gives people a memory, gives wedding guests or people at an event something to do, right? So we call it Gifyyy Photo Booth. Is it a photo booth? I don't know. I don't really think so. I think we're kind of on the verge of this cutting edge technology. We're on this verge of like, you know, what we're seeing so many different photo booths out there. So whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. But Gifyyy is Gifyyy, Gifyyy Photo Booth. Okay, so what makes Gifyyy really special? And this is why I'm going to share my screen, right? Share. So Gifyyy is pretty unique because it is this brand new piece of technology. And I'm actually going to move this. I'm jumping ahead of myself, but I think this is really important, okay? So we're just gonna go straight to this. Gifyyy fits into this untapped market. And the really amazing thing about that is like so much of the world right now is focused on photo booths. And the problem with that is they're all doing the same thing. They're providing prints, and they're not really looking at the rest of the industry and the rest of the market. And there is an entire market of people that want something like a photo booth, but a photo booth is expected these days. It's almost like you have to have a photo booth at your wedding. And what I discovered when I first created Gifyyy was I was looking for like photo booth people, and I was explaining to them, oh, you don't need prints, you don't need that. And it was really, really hard to sell it to them. It was really hard to like convince them, until I realized that there's actually an entire market of people that get so excited about what Gifyyy is and what it stands for and what it's about that you don't even have to focus on photo booth people. There are already brides and grooms and companies that want a photo booth alternative. They want something that's different. They want something where they can share the data quickly and simply online. They don't want people to log into their Facebook screens. They don't want people to log into their Instagram on a public kiosk. We get that. So what I'm most excited about right now with Gifyyy is that like we're basically selling this product, and we're helping everyone that gets a Gifyyy reach out to this untapped market, this like huge crowd of people. So it's easy once you find those people. As soon as you show them Gifyyy, they get it. It's like one of those things that they feel comfortable with it. They're like, this is exactly what I've been looking for. And there's good chances that like you people are probably some of those people. Like you saw Gifyyy and you're like, this is exactly what I want. Well, I mean, you're seeing it as a business opportunity, but like there's actually an entire market of people out there, like wedding brides and grooms and companies that like when they see something like Gifyyy, and there are products out there that are like Gifyyy, when they see it, they get really excited about it. So what makes Gifyyy really unique? I'm just going to highlight a few of the features. It really is ultra portable. It is like so simple. It's only about 12 pounds. It takes about 2 minutes to set up. You connect it to a Wi-Fi connection. You can bring a hotspot. It uploads automatically, so you're not like copying any photographs later. It features branding tools, so you can put your brand or an event logo or a hashtag directly over the GIF on the Gifyyy gallery. And it's simple and fun and fast. It creates these like fun little animated GIFs that I'm sure you've seen if you've seen the Gifyyy promotional video on the Kickstarter page. So basically, for a creative like me or Tim or someone that wants a simple solution, you just are getting a photo booth that works for your company. Training it is probably one of the easiest things in the world. I just trained someone on our staff. It took about 25 minutes to explain the software to them and show them what was going on in the back end. And she's done 6 events in the last 2 weeks for us. And she's called me once to ask a question, and that's it. So all I do is I send her an email. I say, hey, we have a Gifyyy. Here's the event location and the details. This is when you have to show up. She shows up. That's it. There's no technical issues. So long as it's connected to the internet, it's fine. One of the questions we get a lot is like, well, what happens if it's offline? What if there's no internet connection? The software is super intuitive. It's going to detect that there's no connection, and it's just going to save all the content into the memory, the app memory. And then you can go to the configure settings. There's like an event management screen on the iPad in the app. Once you do connect to internet, there's a trigger upload button. You just click that, and boop, it all pushes the data right away. So even if you're offline, there's still there's not many additional steps you have to take. You just have to connect it online, and then it's going to send everything for you. I did not turn off my phone. I apologize. So the idea is it's an ultra simple photo booth solution as well. So you're not copying any data. You're not worrying about getting home, copying the data, uploading to an online gallery. You don't have to worry about gallery URL cards or sharing that URL with people. Because what happens is it automatically uploads to a Gifyyy gallery. So I'm going to show you guys what the Gifyyy gallery looks like. So a lot of you probably have not seen a Gifyyy gallery. So here we go. What I'm showing you right now is, this is the event screen. So I'm logged into my Gifyyy account, and these are all the events that I've recently done with my company. Now the actual event, like here, I'll go to a wedding because that's simple. So I'm gonna go to that URL. I'm gonna be quiet for a second because it's loading all the data. Okay, so it shows 10 GIFs at a time, and it does all these. There you go. That's Gifyyy. These crazy movements and people moving, just doing weird things. It creates a crazy giggle effect. This is an example of what someone would actually receive when they enter their phone number. So when someone creates a GIF, it quickly shows them a preview on the app. And then there's a button that says, send this to me. They click that, a dial pad pops up. They punch in their phone number. And then within about 30 seconds, they receive a text message. And that text message is just this link right here. And you can actually put custom text in there. So you can say, get your Gifyyy on at, and then it would be the link, or thanks for partying with Danielle and Ryan. Check out your GIF at, and then it would be the URL. They would click the URL, and they would come right here. So here is actually, there's quite a lot of power here as a Gifyyy owner. You can put your logo up here. You can put your logo over the GIF right here. And actually, I should show you an event that has some logo on it. So let me pull this up. An event that recently had a logo. I think this one. Yeah, this was like a Lululemon event, I think. Yes, cool, really simple. So Lululemon, they had a private party. So I'm a wedding photographer, but I advertise private Gifyyy events as well. And so we get company parties and marketing companies and all that. So here you can see, like, this is what you can upload. You can upload a logo, a hashtag, you can put custom text, whatever you want. So when someone clicks the link, this is what would pop up. And there's all these like share buttons: Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. The idea is like you're giving them the ability to share and do what they want, or they can click show me more and boom, they can just go back to the gallery. You can define a custom URL for this. So if I click that, it's gonna bring me back to my Gifyyy landing page on my wedding photography website. I wonder if you guys also, yeah, you guys are seeing this. All right, just want to make sure you guys are seeing this. And this is basically my landing page for how I sell Gifyyy to clients. Or if there's a company, like if Lululemon wanted me to send this to like a Lululemon website, I could have defined that as well. The person viewing this gallery does not see this manage button up there. That's only if you're logged in. So you don't have to worry about that. And then they can go through all this. Now, we do have some pretty impressive back-end tools. So let's go to the Manage button and show you what you guys have control of in the back end. So this is for every single event. So every single time you create an event, this is what you have. This is what you're able to change. You can change the event name, the location, the blog or studio URL, and that's the URL that you can define when they click the logo at the top. Event hashtags, you can put multiple hashtags, just put a comma between them. The custom SMS message, get your Gifyyy on it, or you can change this to anything you want. This is where you can upload the logo. So if, let's say you have your studio logo on default for every single gallery, you can customize that individual gallery. So let's say you get a company and they want you to put their logo on just for that one event, no worries, you can customize that. The GIF overlay, so you can put some kind of overlay or text over the GIF. Cool, no worries. You just choose a file and upload it. You're gonna have some stats. It's gonna say how many images are captured, how many phone numbers were entered, how many unique phone numbers were entered. By November, you're actually gonna be able to get access to those phone numbers if you wanted to add them to your database, so you can reach out to those people. If you don't, if you're like, oh my gosh, database, that's too much, I don't know what you're talking about. Cool, no worries. You can just send a bulk text message right here. Look at this, and I already sent one. Thanks for partying with Lululemon. Check out all the gifts and share to Instagram here. And then I put that link. You could put anything. You could create a contest. You can link them back to your Facebook page. So you can put the gallery URL on your Facebook page and then direct them to your Facebook page to get to it. But you can send whatever you want to all those 32 unique people that put their phone number in and keep in touch with them. There's also an option to collect emails. So when people click that show me more button, there's an option of not requiring collect email, never ask for email, one that requests to collect email, and one that requires email. So that's a way of collecting emails. So and just to clarify, the request email, they have the option of opting out. So there's a little X box that says, no, I don't want to give my email. But the require, let's say you absolutely want the emails from a certain event, click require. If they want to see all those gifts, they have to put their email in. Then all I have to do is copy and paste. And some of these events, I've gotten some pretty long list of emails. Add that to your database. Send them an offer. Send them a thank you. Give them something. And then get your brand on top of their mind. It's pretty powerful. It's so simple too. And I really don't think there's other photo booths out there that have these kind of options that are this easy, that looks this good. Because you'll notice there's not much configuration. There's not much defining. We've thought about the most powerful things that are going to be helpful to you, and we just set it up in a very easy management screen. So if I go back to manage events, one other feature I want to show you is this thing called Showcase. So let's say you're live at an event. You could bring like a display or a computer or a projector. And what the Showcase URL is, it's the last 3 GIFs that were created at that event. So if we created an event, or if we created another GIF on this event, it would show It would just pop up. One of these would disappear, and then the most recent one would pop up. And you can put this up on a projection screen live in an event. Since it's live and automatically uploading, this unique URL, which every single event has, every single one of these events has a showcase URL. You just load that up at an event, and boom. Now you have something really fun to show people at an event if they don't want to be crowding around Gifyyy. And the cool thing is you could charge extra for that. I charge $2.99 for Gifyyy Showcase. Do I sell it a lot? No. But like when I do, it takes extra work and I have to bring a computer to the event. It makes it less simple. So I don't really want to do it that often, but there are some corporate clients that really want it. And there are actually some wedding clients that want it. Okay, they pay me, I'm happy to do it. So I'm going to check my email real quick and see if anyone is, I'm going to stop screen sharing. Okay, cool. Okay. So the reason I show that to you is those are the kind of features that are really hard to show like on a Gifyyy Kickstarter campaign or a website, but they're really, really, really powerful. We already have like this super simple photo booth solution, but now you have this like super powerful back end, and you can see how easy it is for people to share to Instagram or Facebook or save it. We're actually adding an email button, so they click it and then it asks for their email, and then it sends them an email of that GIF, so they can save it. Or people can just save it directly from the Gifyyy gallery too. They can just, on iPhones, you just press and hold, and then it says, "Do you want to save this?" Yeah, of course. So I just want to give you a preview of what the back end looked like. Just checking questions real quick. Okay. Awesome. No questions yet. That's good. That means you guys are all soaking it in, and we're really good about sharing data with you guys. Again, like we want to be as transparent as possible about this. There's no real gimmicks to Gifyyy. Let's get to some practicals. Like, let's say I get a unit, and what's it look like? How do we implement it? What are some of the reservations? How long is it going to take for us to be profitable? This is why we invited Tim to be a part of this. We have a lot of really successful photo booth owners out, or Gifyyy photo booth owners out there. But Tim has really hustled quite a bit, and he just purchased his second unit. And I really like Tim because like he actually did have a lot of reservations when he initially was interested in it. Lots of email exchanges, phone calls. And I just want him to share what that process was like, and just talk a little bit about his reservations with Gifyyy and what that, I don't know, 2-3 month process was like, or maybe just like the first month of incorporating it once he got it. So, Tim.
Yeah, hey. So I'm Tim, and I'm here in Brooklyn, New York. Myself and my business partner, Karen, have a company called New York Photography, and we photograph mostly people visiting New York City, but we also photograph a ton of weddings a year still. Kind of just talking a little bit about our journey. I have a few slides to kind of talk about how this worked. Let me figure out how to do your screen share though. Okay, so this is basically what happened for our Gifyyy experience. Karen and I were the photographers for WPPI 2016. I've been in the industry a really, really long time. I think that was my 10th or 11th WPPI. And I think, you know, as most people do, they go to the trade show, and almost every single time you're looking for, you know, things that can help improve your business. But if you've been many, many times, you know, there's maybe 1 or 2 standout items, maybe. And then a lot of the same things, you just kind of reconnect with the vendors that you love and see all the things. So we've been looking for a very, very, very long time for a photo booth. You know, Karen pioneered this one that was kind of home brewed and was great. We were able to sell it from time to time, but it was very complicated to set up, not very trainable to someone else. In fact, pretty much every time we had somebody else do it that wasn't her, myself included, there would be some part of the there'd be some sort of problem and just create more hassle. It wasn't very portable. You needed probably like a car. Here in New York City, rely a lot on public transit, buses, trains. subway, that kind of thing. So, or just walking in some cases. So, you know, that's another factor to consider, is like, you know, if something was portable. So we're just wandering around WPPI, photo things, you know, doing our jobs as the photographers. When we see this, like, this bright light. We come around the corner, we see this bright light, and there are these photo booths that are like set up. You know, we ran into Ben actually at a party the night before. We didn't really know what the thing was, and then we came around the corner, we saw it. We're like, whoa, this looks really cool. It's a sleek, sexy, doesn't look anything like your average photo booth. Nothing at all actually like it. So that was at first really cool. David too was there, who's also a co-founder at Gifyyy, and he showed us some stuff on an iPad Pro. That was cool. Overall, everything was cool. And then they told us, you know, the pricing, which at the time I believe the pricing at the time was like $4,500. And I was like, oh, okay, you know, normally when you see something really cool, it comes with like a high price. So I was like, wow, this is awesome, but that price is a little steep. You know, that was my initial reaction. You know, I mean, of course, it's still a lot less than some of the other photo booths that are out there. I mean, I feel like the median is like $5,000 or $6,000 for that kind of a setup these days. So 45 was still, I guess, in comparison, a deal. But then when you're a small business owner, it's like, that's still a lot of money. So it just stood out in our mind. You know, we kind of like, we're like, man, that'd be great, but it's a lot of money, and we didn't really know what to do. So we kind of kicked around the idea, Karen and I, throughout the office, and we just kept landing back at like, that would be cool, that would be cool. You know, I was just very hesitant to make that investment. It was like, whoa, like this is more than a camera. This is more than 2 cameras, actually. This is more than like a lot of things that you could have. This is like, you know, our marketing budget for almost half a year. This is a lot of things, like, you know, so it was kind of like really sticking out. I thought, you know, yeah, it'll probably be okay. It'll probably be good. But I wasn't really like, it was hard to say, okay, well, you know, you'll be able to sustain this investment and turn that into profits quickly. So yeah, so in any event, somewhere, I think early May, we decided to take the leap and go for it. We're like, all right, let's just go for it. I mean, actually, there was a lot of discussion, and then it was like, all right, let's go for it. It was not easy. So if you're sitting there right now thinking, these people are asking us to click on a button on a website and spend thousands of dollars, I don't feel comfortable with that, then you're probably like a human being. You're probably a normal person. So it should feel a little bit uncomfortable. So it did. It actually felt pretty uncomfortable up until we went to a wedding in Tulum, Mexico. So the first thing is, wow, okay, we're in Mexico, we're in a different country, and we were able to bring a photo booth with us. The majority of the weddings we shoot are destination weddings. So we were looking for something that could work in all situations, or in the majority of situations. And Gifyyy folds up to about the size of a suit bag, like a garment bag. When you're carrying it around, it's very light. You know, it could be shipped. It basically fits in a checked bag, or maybe even, no, it couldn't fit in a carry-on, but it's a little bit bigger than a carry-on or a small checked bag. So yeah, so that was cool. So we were like, well, if we're gonna do this, we should do it for this wedding we had in Mexico. Great clients. We did their engagement in iHeart New York session here. Actually did their proposal in New York City earlier in 2015. So we had a great relationship with them. It was like, you know, kind of like a good crowd, younger people, you know, just like a great wedding, great location, destination. So we're like, all right, if it's gonna work, it will work here. So we go through the whole day. It's long, it's hot, you know, your typical wedding. Get to the reception. You know, Gifyyy sets up in no time, no problem. And then people start using it, and something happened. What happened? But you won't really understand it until you see people engaging with this at a wedding. Just the amount of excitement, the amount of addiction, the amount of just like energy that they have for it is it's kind of difficult to describe, but people loved it. And I knew then that we were like onto something. Then it was like, okay, this is not just working. This is becoming the main focus almost of their entire wedding reception, is like people are just crowding around and making as many gifts as possible. I think we have, yeah, we do. Let me just switch back really quick to the other browser window. I just have that gallery because I just want to show you guys what that event was like for us. Switching to here. So this was that gallery. See, it was a pretty raging party. They had tequila, they had young people, they had old people, they had all sorts of people. It's 24 pages of gifts. My monitor is a little bit bigger. As Ben said, it's like, it does 10, but my monitor's like super wide, so it's like 7 and 3, but there's 10 gifts overall. And it was great. It ended up basically helping us to stand out dramatically. It even got a little inappropriate at times, but that's okay. Like, they felt super comfortable. You can see in this GIF, the proximity to dance floor is pretty close. So people were able to just really easily, really quickly jump in and take a GIF and then go back. And it just started something crazy because we had a great relationship, of course, with the bride, and even some vendors got in. That's another thing that we've been using Gifyyy for, since it does, if you start a conversation with a vendor at a wedding, maybe the planner or a florist or something like that, and invite them to make a GIF, I mean, you're instantly connected to that vendor because you're going to eventually end up being able to send them a message through Gifyyy, or you're going to end up being able to get their email. So it's kind of like, instead of exchanging business cards, which is also a good thing to do, you can also like instantly network with vendors in a very like almost magical way, a very natural way. All these people at the wedding came through numerous times, many, many, many times, and they're pretty much just having the time of their life with our photo booth. It just didn't stop for the entire time. So we knew that we were on to something. So this was like May, and then a couple days later, I think, yeah, we had another wedding in Chicago. So it was like an instant transition over to Chicago. Very similar situation. I thought, well, okay, this is a destination wedding. This is sort of like a party wedding. Will the same thing happen for a more traditional, like, more domestic, not tequila-induced wedding? And yeah, it was pretty much the same thing. So people just really love it. It helps you stand out. It helps you differentiate. And that's some of the stuff that we like about it. So going back to our journey, I'll switch again to slide here. There's like 6 things in particular we really like about it. The first thing is that it's super simple. The second thing is that it's super portable. The simplicity, you can easily have someone else do this. Like Ben says, yeah, we have now, I think, 3 or 4 people that know how to operate the Gifyyy. It's like a 20-minute training process, maybe 20-ish, yeah, 20-ish minutes training process. It's super portable, so someone can go on the subway, someone can walk. You don't need a car. You don't need, to be a strong, a strong person. It's very light. Anybody pretty much can do it. The instant gratification factor is huge. I mean, as soon as you walk up to the Gifyyy unit, you make the GIF, you type your number in, and instantly it texts you that GIF. Like instantly, there's no delay whatsoever, and you can instantly be looking at it and sharing it to your social media. The other 4th thing we like, because our old photo booth had a very complex workflow, this has no workflow. It's all done. Like when you turn off the Gifyyy and you pack it up, or when someone who works with you turns off the Gifyyy or packs it up, it's over. Like there's nothing. I mean, you can do additional marketing, but there's no further. The work is done. The client's needs have already been met. So yeah, so there's a lot of uniqueness and differentiation that can be created by this, because I mean, from that first wedding in Tulum, we had someone who was at the wedding. I mean, immediately like book us for another wedding. So we were able to just not because we did a great job, which we did. We did a pretty amazing job, if I do say so myself. We did a pretty amazing job with that Tulum wedding. The images are out of control. Everything was great, but people remembered they remember the service, and they remember the connection we had, and they remember the photo booth. They remember like what it was like working with us, and they've never seen anything like that. So we were able to do another wedding of someone else who was at that actually pretty good wedding, in terms of just like, it was another destination wedding. It was a great, good budget wedding. So everything looks really good. So right there by itself, on the first day we used Gifyyy, in theory, technically, if you count that wedding referral, we were able to pay for a Gifyyy unit because, I mean, we were able to, we generated more revenue than we bought it for. So we were like profitable on day one, technically, if you count that referral. Connecting with the guests has been incredible, because you can, again, send up to 3 messages by text message straight to your guests. You do also have the ability to send emails as well. You get access to emails. You'll soon, like Ben was saying, get access to phone numbers later on. And there's a lot of things that you can do there with that, because, I mean, at the end of the day, wedding photographers, or event photographers in particular, you're looking for referrals. You're looking for people to talk about you, to remember you, and this is a way that you can be super unique and differentiated. I mean, there's only like, a few dozen Gifyys in the world, not just the United States, like the entire world right now. So it's unlikely, especially with this Kickstarter, if you were to pledge in the Kickstarter today or before it's over, it's unlikely that you will have someone around you who will have something like this. And even if you did, it's still, still a lot of events happening every minute of every day. So I think we're really positioned right now to be kind of at the front of a shift that's happening in photo booths, and a shift that's happening in the way that like people enjoy events. I mean, you have things like the Snapchat spectacles coming out that are like, now you're going to be able to put on glasses like this, and then it's just going to go instantly to Snapchat, and then instantly go to everyone's phones. Like, everyone's living in this like instant world. And I think that Gifyyy sort of fits into that really nicely, and will help you to differentiate a lot. So since that May, so what is it today, September, we've done approximately 40 events. It was mental last weekend. We did like 5 events last weekend. This is all from, just doing like marketing on Facebook, marketing on Google, word of mouth, some of our existing wedding clients, and just like, making sure that we offer this is so unique that they've never seen anything like it before. So people are very interested in using it. So that's why we actually had to buy another Gifyyy unit. So we have 2 now. And yeah, I mean, we have probably several dates, I think, before the end of the year that are close to, or will be close to, like, double booking. I'm not making this up. I swear to you, I'm not making this up at all. In fact, I will share with you really quick this screen, which is our contract system. And you can see the amount of contracts that we had with people 2 days ago, 5 days ago, 6 days ago, 6 days ago, 13 days ago. Like, these are signed contracts for Giftbox. That's the name of our brand. Signed contracts for Giftbox rentals that are just piling in pretty much for recent events. We're seeing things book sometimes like semi-last minute, but there's like lots of different events. Everything from, we've done, everything from like smaller parties and smaller events, like we did a hip hop bridal shower this last weekend, to something huge, big things, like things with major brands like, Jimmy Choo found us, and we did their 20th anniversary party with like supermodels and Mary J. Blige, and it was crazy. We did a small event for MTV. We've done a lot of things. I know I've seen in the Gifyyy private user group, which I don't think Ben really talked about very much, but it's really cool. It's like a Facebook group with all the Gifyyy owners, a little community. You can kind of chat in and see and share notes, share things and compare notes. But you're seeing a lot of big brands. Like, I think I saw like Lululemon in there, and there was like a couple of different bigger brands that are using this. I think that it's just a really easy thing. Once you do make that investment, it's a very easy thing to do. It's a bargain at any of the prices on Kickstarter. to do, because I mean, it's very likely that within a few weeks or at least a few months, even if you just use it for your wedding clients, you could make that money back and more. But I think for us, I thought again it was going to be like okay decision, okay to good, possibly bad decision. Turned out to be a very, 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 very good decision. If you look at even just our revenue from this, if you look at September of 2015 and you look at September 2016, September 2015, we have almost double the revenue for our company. With all of these different events that are popping on, and they're not like big money. It's $400 or $500 here, $600-700 there, but the frequency in which it's happening and the simplicity in which things are happening, it's really adding on a lot more revenue for us and a lot more profits for us. So yeah, I mean, it turned out to be an awesome move. We're really excited about the future for Gifyyy and excited about everything that like David and Ben have planned. And yeah, I mean, that's honestly what happened with us. It's actually not even that complicated. We got one, we started talking about it, we made money. That's basically the end of the story. So I hope you guys got something from that, but that's kind of our experience.
That's awesome. I got something from that. Thanks so much for sharing. That's kind of crazy. And it got me thinking, the one thing that I'm really hearing is just how in demand this is. And it is, man. And then I've gotten so many people be like, oh, but what about territories? Are you going to sell just like one or two to a territory? And I'm like, no. And why do I say no? Because the reason I made Gifyyy was to bring it out into the world. Like basically every single company out there that has Gifyyy technology is very proprietary. They don't sell their units. Like I'm selling an entire unit, a beautiful, beautiful piece of machinery and super functional software. And I'm not digging into your business. I don't care what you make from it. I don't have to look at your end of year taxes. I'm not going to take a percentage of your profit. Where a lot of the companies out there that do have a Gifyyy, that's the kind of control they want from your business. And then there's some really great software only solutions, but the software, I mean, you got to figure it out for yourself. I'm not going to talk about other software. We think Gifyyy is the most functional and simple solution, complete solution. So you're not like building your own hardware. You literally buy it, you unwrap it, you install the software. Within 10 minutes, you have a photo booth company. There's nothing else involved with it. And it looks good. And that's the kind of age we live in. Like, it's not just about functionality, it's about form as well. And we spent a lot of time making sure that what Gifyyy looks like is welcoming and will sell for you. So be sure, I mean, if you at all value what it looks like, I mean, there's good chances other people value that too, especially your clients. What you're attracted to, your clients are going to be attracted to as well. Jim, that was awesome. Thanks for sharing like all the bookings that you have. And then it got me thinking like, I should show them too. And I'm really transparent about my money. I really, really want people to be profitable. I want people to have a healthy lifestyle. I have a daughter. She's a year old. She just turned a year. We live out in the burbs. We just bought our first home. And it's nice. It's like good to be making money. It's, I don't like starving away, working my 9 to 5, my Starbucks job. Starbucks was actually like 4 a.m. to like 2. That was crazy. And so here, I'm just going to show you, I also have like studio management software. I'm just going to show you the Gifyyy part of it. And to be totally honest, this is from 1 year ago, 9/5/2015. That was a job for $800. I'm just going to share this real quick. Jobs, share. And I don't know if you can see it, but just just look at this bottom number. Look at the revenue. Yeah. $34,000. That's what I've profited off of having Gifyyy in my own company. So this is my wedding photography studio management software. At the top, you see this is Feeling Photography. And this is what's going on. So $34,000. Now, granted, that goes into 2017 contracts too. So this is a 2-year period. But I also have noticed, like Tim, that a lot of bookings happen within about 2 to 6 weeks before the event. So a lot of these right in the middle there, like June until October of this year, those are events that I've booked like really recently. So just know what, when you get a unit, like, and this is something I think that's really important to share. Just know what, when you get a unit, like, oh, Tim, you there? Just know what, when you get. Oh, sorry, we're dealing with a little echo. Okay. And that to us was really important to tell you guys, like, if you do run a company that is used to making bookings about a year, like as a wedding photographer, I'm used to making bookings about a year in advance, 9 months, 6 months in advance. Gifyyy is very like present, like what's happening right now is going to be happening. So the bookings that you make might be for jobs that are about 2 weeks away, or like I literally just booked an event for Saturday. Yesterday. So this Saturday I booked an event, or yesterday I booked an event for this Saturday. And that kind of thing like happens every now and then. Some student mates just jumped on. So I just want to share a few quick reactions with you. Like this is at a recent wedding, and some people are like, what about old people? So like I just think this is funny. Like this is at a wedding. Really awesome couple, and like bride's dad was dying. He was like totally freaking out, and that's a bride and groom. They're just having a really good time. So there's a lot of people that are like, oh, like older people won't get it. Yeah, they will. They totally will. One sec. Can you guys hear me? Can everyone hear me? Tim, you said you can't hear me? I'm hearing an echo. Hey, Tim, for now, why don't you just log out and then just go to the view only option. So you can just go to the Facebook page and get that URL. So go ahead and just leave if you're having trouble, so the other viewers can get a feel for this. So, all right.
I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. So Tim, you can't hear me?
Okay. Goodbye.
URL. So go ahead and just leave if you're having. Okay. Yay, technology. Okay, cool. So let's jump back into the presentation, Gifyyy. There are people that are like, okay, so how long does it take to incorporate? And I should say, like those profits, people are wondering, do you market? How do you get it out there? I do spend about $120 a month on marketing. That's not a lot at all. So maybe $1,500 a year, $600, I don't know, maybe $2,000 a year on marketing Gifyyy on a few different channels. Yeah, I don't spend that. I honestly, God, I run 3 businesses, so I'm very busy. I haven't pushed Gifyyy as far as someone like Tim. He has more time to spend on doing that. But without working really hard, I'm getting plenty of bookings. And on top of that, once people see it at an event, they want it. And they have all your contact information because your branding's on the logo. And it's really easy for them to get a hold of you. So that's something that is really beneficial about Gifyyy as well. It just like ends up selling itself so easily. Even if you're a more referral-based company, it works really well. Now, I can promise you it's going to take more time for you to start selling it if you're not proactively marketing it and getting it out there. But I'm going to give you a few giveaways of how to market Gifyyy right away. even before you even have a unit. There's some really, really simple ways of marketing Gifyyy. And one of those is you already have clients. If you're a business owner, the chances are you already have a client. You have clients. You might not have a database set up, but you have people that you're currently working with or people that you've worked with in the past. Just compile all their contact information, put together an email list of all those people, and just let them know, I have this brand new device. And you don't have to call it Gifyyy. You can brand it something totally different, like Tim branded giftbox.nyc. So you can create your own brand, create your own identity, create your own brand identity that speaks to a certain kind of person, and get it out there. We have a few people that do just bar and bat mitzvahs with Gifyyy, and it's like kids go crazy for this thing. It's really easy for them to sell. And then we have other people that are just wedding photographers. We have other people that are just photo booth companies. So it's kind of all over the place. But the idea is you already have a database. Reach out to those people right away. Now, you might not get the response that you are hoping for. And it's because Gifyyy is one of those things that's really hard to explain over an email. People are like, oh, it's another photo booth. It looks good, but this is another photo booth. So the real power in getting it out there is literally getting it out there. Bring it to an event, bring it to a party, bring it to a backyard party, bring it to a wedding, offer it to people. Just say, hey, I have this really awesome new device. I just want to get it out there, and give it to a few clients for free. Like I brought it to a whole bunch of events for free at the beginning of the wedding year. And I ended up making a ton of residual income from that because people are like, this is awesome. How much is it? What can I get for it? Or how can I get it to my event? And you think about how many people are at a single event, it's like super, super easy to see why, like, you'll get 1 or 2 bookings per event. If there's like 150 people at an event and 90 people use it, there's gotta be 1 or 2 of those people that have a wedding or some kind of party that's coming up, and they're getting excited about it as well. So it ends up selling itself quite easily if you are bringing it to events that value this kind of technology and just see the fun in it. And don't worry if you're in a small town or a city that's too big and you think like there's already other photo booth alternatives or there's too many photo booths. There's not something like Gifyyy out there because it's so brand new and it's so special. So what about like gift technology? What about still photos? We are actually implementing a still photo workflow in October. So if you do get someone that's like, hey, we love it, looks great, we love that it sends text messages, but we want like still photos. Cool, awesome. We're actually creating a still photo workflow. We prefer GIFs. We think they're a ton of fun. We think they're the best way to go. But we also want this to be profitable for you guys. So if you can make an extra $2,000 a year, $3,000 a year just on a few still events, cool. We're gonna give it to you. And that's like Gifyy's promise to you guys is like we know the market and we know who's interested in this kind of technology, and we're building it for that kind of person. So we're not out there to compete with still photo booths. We're not out there to replace a still photo booth. We think there's another market out there. We know there's another market out there. Like Tim and I are proof of that, and all the other Gifyyy owners out there are proof of that. And it's just a matter of like putting the work into it and reaching out to those people. And once you do put the work into it, you're going to get rewarded. So for everyone that's watching right now, I don't want you to think that Gifyyy is an easy way of making money. It is a really good opportunity to make money if you're willing to put the work into it. And what makes Gifyyy different is there's a lot more people out there without the option of having something like Gifyyy. Whereas like if you have a photo booth, there's a lot of people out there that want a photo booth with a lot of options. But if you're a Gifyyy owner, there's a lot of people out there that don't want a photo booth, but they do want something like Gifyyy, and there's not a solution for them. So that's why I go back to my untapped market idea. And I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to share this with you again. That's why this was so powerful. What is the untapped market? It's those people that don't even have an option. And you are going to bring that to your market. When you get a Gifyyy unit, if you end up investing in one, investing in our Kickstarter and getting it for like the ridiculously low price of $2,900, then you are basically creating a new market in your area. So who is Gifyyy for? I talked about this earlier, but good chances you're a business owner. You like trying new things. You want to bring in profitable avenues into your business. You're okay with taking a calculated risk. You're looking forward about a year or two and seeing what's happening. And that's what Gifyyy is all about. And that's the kind of people that we're looking for. How is Gifyyy profitable? We've been talking about that. Tim and I both talked about that. It's profitable in more than it's not just about making money, but it's about brand recognition as well. So of course you're going to make sales from Gifyyy, but you're also going to have a brand that's recognized because you have Gifyyy. You're going to be recognized because you have something different and new and fresh. So whether you're a wedding photographer or a photo booth company or a small business owner, just having it and having like a new option is going to make you stand out in the market. And on top of that, you don't have to put other people's logos on those galleries. You can put your own logo on there. Hey, this is my company. I'm proud of it. This is our photo booth. Send, direct people to your Facebook page after the event using the bulk text messages. Collect those emails, create a database, create a whole database of people that really love your product. Okay. I'm gonna check my emails once more, guys, for questions. Please let us know if you have any questions. This is all about you. We want to help you guys out. But right now I'm not seeing any questions. I think that's it for now. I want to say thanks so much for coming on. We have about 8 days left of the Kickstarter campaign. So if you guys have any questions about Gifyyy, the hardware, the software, just let me know. We're happy to help out. Again, what's included with the setup is you get the soft pouch, you get the Gifyyy hardware, so it's a ring light, you get the iPad bracket, you get software access. The only thing that you don't get is the iPad. The reason we decided not to do the iPad is because we didn't want to take on the technical support. Apple already does such a great job, and our price would have to go up. So not only would we have to charge you for the iPad, but we'd have to charge you for being profitable on the iPad and charge you for support on the iPad. It just, to us, we were like, we want to make this as simple and profitable as possible for the people that want it. And a lot of people already have iPads, so there's no need to buy a new one. We do recommend the iPad Air 1 or the iPad Air 2 or the iPad Pro, the 9-inch and the 12-inch. They're both freaking awesome. I like the Pros because they use so much screen space. They look really big and they just look really simple. So guys, that's it. It's 2:04 p.m. I just wanted to thank you for being a part of this. There are a few, I think there's like 1 or 2 left in the gold reward level for like 29, and then it goes up to like 3,000 and 3,100 for the silver levels. So if you guys are interested in grabbing one, now's the time to do it. It will not ever be this cheap after the campaign. It's going back to our, I believe, $36.99 retail. We've streamlined our manufacturing. At the time of WPPI, like Tim had mentioned, we were going to retail for about $4,500. We had a WPPI special for $3,500, but we've streamlined our manufacturing and we've been able to reduce manufacturing costs. So we wanted to give that to all the Gifyyy Kickstarter campaign supporters. So we're forwarding that to you. But after Kickstarter, the retail price is going to be about $3,600. So you're saving quite a bit of money if you get one for $2,900. We promise that we're going to deliver mid-October. We do have, oh, here I should show this to you. It's actually pretty cool. We have like, look at that, ton of Gifyyy units ready to go. They are in stock, and we don't anticipate any delay in orders. So we know that's like a big pain in the butt with like Kickstarter in the past, but it's not going to be an issue with us. Now, as soon as you commit and as soon as we successfully fund the campaign and we ship a unit, we're going to add you to a Gifyyy user group, which is a private Facebook user group of a bunch of Gifyyy users. And right now there's like 37 people on there. So we're a small group, but we are a powerful one. And we love just answering your questions. People are talking about what territory they're in, where they're at, like what they're learning about their market, what's different about their market. And we have wedding photographers on there. We have small business owners, we have marketing companies on there, event companies on there. We have a pretty cool variety of people on there. And we, as the Gifyyy staff, are really committed to making sure that we're staying on top of our game and helping them out. So we have a really great technical support system, and we're responsive with that as well. So guys, thanks again. I really appreciate your time. And I just want to acknowledge you for sticking through with us the entire hour and 6 minutes. Appreciate it. Thanks for being on time. If you have any other questions, let us know. We only have, let me check the official amount of time left with Kickstarter. Yeah, 7 days left. We have 1 week, guys. So you have 1 week to commit to that. The sooner you do it, the cheaper it's going to be for you, because we have those lower reward levels, and we'd love to reward you with that lower price. Let us know if you have any questions. I'm going to give you my email once more. We'll answer them for you. Oop, that's not it. It's gifyyphoto@gmail.com. Let me see if I can find this. Here we go. Gifyyphoto@gmail.com or info@gifyyy.com. The Gmail's a little faster though. So, all right, guys. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it. I'm going to end this call. You guys have been awesome, and we hope to see you soon.